And then you can look at the way the election was rigged. The primaries were rigged by the funding that Hillary Clinton provided to the DNC as part of this kind of deal that enabled her to be in control of the messaging, variety of tactics that they used with the media and with, even the scheduling of debates and so on. It was basically rigged in order to pull the rug out from under Sanders. And it's true, there have been some reforms that have been made, but you know what? The biggest reform has taken the power of the superdelegates and moved it into the second vote. And with all the candidates that are running right now, it's a beautiful run-up to needing to go to a second vote at the convention, which would allow the superdelegates back in. So, I guess the point I'm making is fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 50 or 100 times, shame on me. And the Democratic Party has created false hopes for, decades and decades and decades. And the outcome has always been the same. So I think I personally can't put my eggs into that basket and think that the Democrats are going to somehow magically allow a progressive to get the nomination.
I guess it's weird when you think about Bernie Sanders because, he's always been an outsider, calling himself a democratic socialist, winning as an independent in Vermont. He made the case, obviously, for third parties in Vermont for a while. And after he was cheated out of the nomination, and it was made evident that he was cheated out of the nomination, I believe at that point you even had offered him the slot at the top of the Green Party ticket, right?
Well, what I offered him was my advocacy for him to go to the top of the ticket, and that would have required a vote at the convention.
Okay, but you were essentially volunteering to step aside.
That's right, yes. Or, I had the power to make him the VP, but I also, would have enormous sway over the convention. I can't say I could guarantee it,
sure,
but there was a lot of support for that line of thinking, and, he didn't even want to talk about it. He wasn't willing to even acknowledge the offer to have dialogue.
And to me, it seems uncharacteristic. Like it's a strange kind of breaking point where somewhere after he lost the nomination, he's decided to fall in line with the Democratic Party. It seems odd to me. Do you have any thoughts about why that might be? Do you think it's just that he thinks he can win this year by falling in line?
I don't know him personally, so it would just be pure conjecture on my part. I know that his brother, who lives in the UK, is a Green, and I'm sure they've had this conversation many times. But Bernie, if I were to just put a throw out kind of speculation on it, I'd say he's been an insider for too long in DC, and he's sort of adopted that insider mindset, which is that you have to be a power player inside the two powerful parties. But from outside, America and the world are crumbling right now. They're falling in on us. And, we are looking at catastrophic developments, whether you're looking at the climate or the potential for nuclear weapons, to be used for a really severe economic crash, or the outbreak of fascism. These aren't like hypotheticals. And one or the other of these is probably going to occur in our lifetime. If not my lifetime, certainly yours. And this isn't working. And it really requires, just transformative new solutions that have integrity from the get-go. And you're not going to get that inside the Democratic Party. So to me, it's just unfathomable that anyone with real insight, whose eyes are open to what's going on around them, doesn't get this. But, there's this saying from, I think it was Upton Sinclair, if I'm not mistaken, the author of The Jungle, who also was a candidate, I think, in the Socialist Party. And his little saying was, it's hard to teach a man something when his income depends on not knowing it.
Right.
I think Bernie Sanders is kind of a victim of that mindset.
You walk out, you say your love.